Hello. How's it
Hello.
going?
Good, thank you.
I'm Laura.
I'm
Nice to
Kate.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Did you want to have a seat?
Yes, thank you.
No worries. Today I brought you here just to do a quick 10 to 15 minute video, and basically I'm going to ask you a question that shouldn't be distressing to you at all. But if it does become distressing, I will turn off the recording and stop the interview immediately. So both of us have signed consent forms, and within the consent form it does state that other people may view this for educational purposes. So if you're all okay with that, then we can keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's fine.
Great.
Yeah.
So how did you travel here today, first of all?
Today I drove. I'm currently staying down here at the moment in Cairns.
Yeah.
Because I'm from the Atherton Tablelands and I've been working on campus for the last week, so I've been staying down here in Cairns.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's convenient. It's not far away. You have a big drive from the Atherton Tablelands down
it's
here.
Definitely convenient, yeah.
So basically, within the 15 minutes, we'll just be discussing lots of different things, but please let me know if it does become distressing, because we will definitely stop.
Yeah.
So the question that I have for you today is, what is the most important thing to you right now?
The most important thing to me right now is probably just aiming to finish uni, only because I'm ready to start a career. I'm ready to head in that direction of like being a social worker, because that's what I want to do in the future.
So I get the impression you've been at uni for a while and you're pretty much ready to just get on out there and start.
Yes, definitely. I just want to experience more as well, like just be out there in the field, ready,
Yeah, well, I completely understand if I was in your position,
Yeah.
and I am. I haven't been at uni for probably as long as you have, but I'm definitely over it. I'm ready to get out there and start working
Yeah.
and working with people, yeah.
I'm hitting the third year, so it's getting pretty stressful. So, but I guess one more year left and I'm out of here.
Yeah, well, you're definitely on the home stretch, so that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you do uni internally and externally, or mostly internally?
I do both. So I can do internal subjects or external subjects.
Yep.
I do prefer external sometimes, only because I can work on my own pace. But I guess internal is good because you get those social skills. You meet a lot of people that are doing the same thing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, internal definitely has its perks. It's probably a lot easier. It's definitely easier to meet people and all of that. But I mean, external, like you said, especially if you have a job, you can work around and you can manage that time a lot easier.
Yeah, and I do have a job, so it is a bit stressful sometimes when I'm trying to manage both, because uni is a high priority, but I seem to put it lower than my job. So I seem to put my job more like before uni.
Yeah. And is your job related to uni, or do you find that you put uni lower because you're employed and you definitely have those expectations from someone else, whereas uni is quite personal and it's really up to you.
Yeah.
How much effort you put in.
Yeah. Well, I do have a job in like a social work aspect. I'm a disability support worker and I'm really enjoying that at the moment. Like, it makes me feel happy just being able to help people and also experience like practical work other than the theory work from uni.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just told me that that makes you feel really happy, and just before you said you can't wait to finish uni and get out in the field. Well, it sounds like you're already halfway there. You've got a job in it, which makes you happy. So, I mean, once you finish uni, it's going to be great.
Yeah, definitely. It's just trying to get to the end is really the struggle, but I'm getting there slowly.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I definitely understand and can relate how you feel. I feel like I've been here for a long time, and you see the end goal, but it's, all those steps you have to take to get there.
Yeah, it's still far away, but still very close at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, so did you want to tell me a little bit more about, uni and some of the subjects that you've been doing recently?
Yeah, okay. So as you know, I'm studying social work. I'm doing 4 subjects this semester, so it's pretty hard on me because usually I stick to 3. I try to keep it so I can focus more on the subjects rather than a variety of subjects. I do really enjoy the social work subjects. They're really, I find them beneficial because that is where I want to go in the future.
So do you find that when you do less subjects, you can put more effort and time, and you really gain that information when you do less, rather than having such a full workload between uni and work?
Yes, I rather less subjects more than more. That makes sense. So I'd rather do 3 rather than 4 because, yeah, I do have a job and I'm trying to manage both between, but also balance them.
Yeah.
But most times I always put one before the other, and it just gets a bit stressful sometimes when I'm trying to do well at uni, but also show good efforts to my job.
Which is something that we all do. We all prioritise things in our life, and sometimes we get it right and sometimes we don't. But it's completely natural and normal for that to happen.
Yeah.
So even, with your workload and your 3 subjects, on a scale of 1 to 10, do you think that you would benefit more if you didn't have such a big workload? Like if you even went back to 2 subjects and part-time uni and did work as well, do you think that you would, get that knowledge and put more effort into uni if you had less?
Yes, I do think that, but also at the same time, I sort of want to finish faster, just so I can get to my career, only because I've been waiting so long to be like a social worker since school. So I feel like if I do part-time, I feel less motivated because I know that's still far away compared to if I did full-time.
Yeah.
And maybe I feel like I'm sitting at around about a 6. I would like to be around about an 8, just trying to complete things and put things in, put uni in front of work. But yeah, I would like to be very more organised and manage my time well between the both.
Well, you're definitely above average. 6 is a pretty good score. What does, your mum or a family member think of how you're travelling at uni and handling that workload?
Yeah, my mum's really proud of me, which makes me happy because it's always good to have someone there that's proud of you. It makes you go further because you feel like someone's there. Yeah, but my mum has really been there for me throughout my whole uni degree. So hopefully when I finish, she'll still be there by my side.
Yeah, that's great. It really sounds like you have a great relationship with your mum, and she definitely supports you well in university and even work life. So, it's really excellent that you have that relationship with her, and you can definitely rely on her to help you through this process.
Yeah, I definitely do rely on my mum, only because she's the person that's been there throughout my whole life.
Yeah,
and she really helps me have a clear head, and she says, just look to the end, it'll be okay, everything's fine, even when I do get a bit stressed, because sometimes I do, because sometimes it's a big workload, but and trying to manage work, it does get a bit stressful, but yeah, that's me as a student, so yeah, she does really help me towards the end.
Yeah. Well, that's great. It sounds like you definitely have all of it sorted. Your mum is your best support system, so that's great. I'm really happy to hear that. And once you finish, do you know in what direction that you will take your social work degree?
Yeah, I think I'm going to head more to the child safety field, only because I've had an experience in my lifetime that has persuaded me to go down that way, just to see how some kids can be in a situation that they didn't ask for. So I would really like to be able to help those children in those situations and make them feel like their worth is right. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, you've just stated that you've been in a situation where you've witnessed some of the things that do happen to children within child welfare. So, bringing that knowledge with you to the child welfare will be really beneficial for you by the sounds of it.
Yeah, definitely. It gives me an insight on how it is to be a child that has grown up in a good area or a good family. And then it gives me the other insight of how it shows that some kids are less fortunate than others.
Yeah, and just judging by your facial expression, you feel really deeply about this, and you're really empowered to want to help and make a difference in this sort of sector, which is really great.
Yeah, definitely. I do want to empower things more and just be that sort of person that they trust, that they haven't maybe had throughout their life. Maybe they haven't had anyone there to trust.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really want to be that good example and that good person that will help them in a situation that they can't really get themselves out of.
So tell me a little bit more about your job now. Do you get the opportunity to work with children?
Yes, I do. So I'm currently working with a 19-year-old, and she has Down syndrome. Yeah, and I just really enjoy it because I go home feeling happy, I've supported her and helped her do stuff that she wants to achieve by herself.
Yeah, well, you've just told me that it makes you feel happy to be helping someone. So it definitely sounds like if you went down the child welfare track, that it would be great for you. Like, it's something you're very passionate about, so that's great.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm just looking forward to that part of my life, just so I can be there for someone that hasn't really got much support behind them.
Yeah, and like you said, you have a really good relationship with your mum, so you could definitely bring some of that to the child welfare sector, which will be great for the children that, you know, haven't had that all their lives.
Yeah, and that's what I think I appreciate more, is because I've grown up in a good family. I've had my mum and dad by my side throughout my whole life. So I think that's what inspires me more to do what I want to do and go down the child safety sector, only because I know that, like, there is good people out there, and there's people to help these children that are in a bad situation.
Of course, and it sounds like that you're definitely one of these people that should pursue that, you know, that dream that you've had since high school, that you want to be a social worker and promote change. So that's really lovely. I'll just let you know that we're coming towards the end of our interview, and I just want to do a quick summary of what we've spoken about. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
So basically, you've told me a number of things, but what I've taken from the interview, that, you know, you've wanted to be a social worker since high school. You have that great support. It often sometimes is difficult for you, you know, juggling work and uni life, but, you know, you have that support system in your mum, and she helps you through it, and, you know, gives you that inspiration and empowerment. And just because you had such a great relationship with both your parents, it's really guided you through this whole process. And as you said to me, you know, you've been through an experience where you've had someone close to you go through some of the issues and trauma that kids in child welfare go through. So even that in itself has empowered you. So in a mixture of all those things, it's sort of leading you to the child welfare path, and that's great.
Yeah.
So is that okay?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah. And was that all right, or is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, that's all correct. No, that's okay. I'm happy with today.
Oh, that's really good. I'm really glad that you're happy. So basically, in saying that, is there any feedback that you have for me, or is there anything else that you wanted to talk about in this session? Because I know we don't have time today, but if there was anything else you'd like to address, we could always arrange another meeting.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to arrange another meeting. I mean, just so I can have a chat and get things off my chest that I don't usually just sit down and talk to anyone about.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's completely understandable. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for your time today, and I hope this has been beneficial for you, just as it has been for myself. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk to you today, get to know you, and learn a lot about you in just a short amount of time. So I just wanted to say thank you, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you as well.
All right. Well, have a lovely day.
You too.
Thank you. See ya.